All right, we're in the second chapter of Pirkei Avos, and we've learned about the pupils of Rabbi Yochanan ben Zakkai. And Rabbi Yochanan ben Zakkai, he was a pupil of Hillel. And Rabbi Yochanan ben Zakkai, he had his own pupils. He had a lot of pupils, and they were generally divided into 5 different schools of pupils. And he enumerated them. Who were these pupils? Rabbi Elazar ben Hyrcanus, Rabbi Elazar ben Aruch, Rabbi Shimon ben Nesanel, Rabbi Yeshua ben Hanania. Then he listed all of them, right? Rabbi this a Kohen. He listed all of them. Good. And then he told what each one of them, their unique quality about each and every one of these pupils. And then he asked each one of them, what is a good thing that a person should do in life? And then he said, what is a bad thing that people should avoid? And each one gave their own opinion. You'll go over it. And then he said each one of them had 3 statements that they made. 3 statements that they made. All right, and we learned so far what, let's see, how many of this? We have Eliezer ben Hyrcanus, that he said you should give honor to your friend like yourself. Don't get angry easily. Don't be easy to anger. And do tshuva one day before you die, and be close to the wise men, but give them proper honor. That was Rabbi. Then Rabbi Yeshua. Rabbi Yeshua said, an evil eye and an evil impulse and hating other people will take you out of the world. Rabbi Yossi HaKohen, he said, your friend's possessions should be dear to you like your own.
Which parak are we at in Pirkei Avos?
Don't yell so much. We're now on the second parak, the second chapter. Good, you with me? Second chapter. And we're on Mishnah Yud Gimel. Good. Actually, we're on Yud Beit. We didn't finish Mishnah Yud Beit. All right? Good? With me, everyone? Mishnah Yud Beit. Rabbi Yossi, this is Rabbi Yossi HaKohen. These are the pupils of Rabbi Shimon, Rabbi Yochanan ben Zakkai. Rabbi Yossi Omer. Rabbi Yossi said, we did that. You should prepare yourself to learn the Torah. Because it is not just an inheritance. An inheritance is a thing you get without working at it.
You can control the screen if you click on yours.
Okay, good. But I'm not reading from the screen. I'm reading from the book, but okay. But talk, if you can turn down your microphone a little bit. Here we go. I don't see it. No, it's just taking time. We're learning Kahati. Is this the Kahati? No. I don't get it. Okay.
If you turn it off, I'll put up Kahati.
Okay, good. Everybody's microphones are really working very well over there. It's like Matan Torah, Kolos Brakim. Is mine as loud as yours?
Maybe it's your speaker.
Maybe my speaker could be. Should I turn my speaker down? Could be. But usually my speaker is okay. Okay, let's go. Ready? Oh, there it is. There it is. Yes. Fix yourself up to learn Torah. Or should we learn this from the Kahati? Here we go. We're learning from the Kahati. Ready? I'll put this thing over here. Put it up. Oh. Can I control this? Oh, here we go. There we go. Am I controlling?
No, you can't control it.
I can't control it. Okay, then let's go back to where it was before then, okay? Okay, here, so I'm going to read from my book, and you just do whatever you can, okay? Because it's very, it's difficult to have a continued stream of thought when the screen is jumping around. Okay, here we go. You should Prepare yourself to learn Torah. Who said this? Rabbi Yossi HaKohen. Hechsher et atzmacha b'shvil zakot b'kiniyah Torah. You have to prepare yourself in order to learn the Torah. Al yidei tikun midosecha. How do you prepare yourself? By fixing up your personality. Don't have a bad temper. Don't be always aggravated. Don't be depressed. You should be a happy person. Toch amul rav b'limud Torah. How do you prepare yourself? By learning the Torah. So in other words, by learning the Torah, you can fix up your personality. But only after you fix up your personality can you really absorb the Torah properly. Al Tomar, a person shouldn't say, Hoyel va'avi chacham, since my father was a great rabbi, va'avi avi, and my grandfather was a great rabbi. Torah in Aksanya is the what is it, the hotel owner, whatever, the host. I don't have to work hard at learning the Torah. I'm a big genius. My father was, I'm a natural. Says, don't do that. Don't say so. Even if you happen to be that you are a big genius, the Torah ain't a Yerushalach. Ain't a Torah overes be Yerusha, because Torah does not pass from the father to the son. You have to make a big effort at learning the Torah. And so it was, we saw very clearly that especially in Europe, and like in the last 100 years, there were people that were even geniuses in the Torah, and they completely disregarded God. They misused the Torah, and they misused the commandments. And they did everything possible that they could to weaken and water down Jewish identity. I mean, I guess you can't blame them. They were under terrible pressures and things like that, but it's the wrong thing to do. That's why it says you have to work hard at the Torah, and you especially have to work at realizing that it's the Torah comes from the same God who's creating us. And let's see the last thing that Rabbi Yossi Cohen says. Rabbi Yossi, he says, Kol Masecha Yeh L'Shem Shamayim. Everything you do should be for the name of God. But Kol Mashato says, I'm doing now the Kahati. Oh, very good. Kol Masecha, all of your, everything you do, very good. Shem Shamayim. But Kol Mashato says, everything that you do, Afilu Kashata Osik B'Tzorchim Gashmim, even when you do physical things, not just learning the Torah, even when you eat, you sleep, you're in your business. Lo te'kavanas chayel l'shem shamayim. Everything you do should only be for the sake of your Creator. V'lasod ratzon haborn, to do the will of the Creator. The Kain Omur also says, Ezehu parsha katana shekol gufi Torah tuluyim. Boy, what is the small sentence that the whole entire Torah can be summarized in? It's a pasuk in Mishle, the Proverbs. In all of your ways you should know God. Afilu the dever avera, and even we're talking about the davar avera. Even if a person does sins, he should always realize that what I am doing is going against Hashem. That's what it says. That you should love God with all of your heart, with two of your yetzers, with two of your, I want to call it your impulses. Yetzer tov, yetzer hara. Even the yetzer hara should love God. What does it mean? Instead of punching somebody in the nose because you don't like him, which is a sin, you should instead think of positive things about that person. Or punch your yetzer hara in the nose. Say, yetzer hara, I'm not going to do what you say. Leave me alone. Even when you are occupied in something that could potentially arouse your selfish impulse, right? You're working with a lot of money. It's very easy to steal. You're working with people, very easy to get angry, etc., etc. You should only have the intention of the ultimate good, doing what is right and doing what is good. Big example, a soldier, right? Maybe the best example of godliness there can be. A soldier is a person that he risks his life in order to help other people. But on the other hand, he goes out and he murders people, murdering people. Now, you can murder people, and you're supposed to be good at it. If you're a soldier, you're supposed to be good at murdering people. So a person can go out and murder people, and he can start to enjoy it, right? He's not doing it for God anymore. He's just doing it for, for the, how do you say, the passion of it. So even a thing like that, where a person is so close, he's just on the edge, right? He's a soldier, and he's always. So on one hand, he could run away, he could be afraid, he could think about himself, right? He could. He got power. He could do bad things. He could do good things. But the main thing is that what his intention is. If his intention is that he's doing what Hashem wants, he's protecting the people, etc., then he's not going to overstep his view. Here we see in America, for instance, now it's a big thing with the police, right? The police, you have to have police. But is the policeman really doing it to protect the people, or is he just doing it because he got out of control? Very, very difficult choice that people have to make. Right? People have to make choices in life. Very, very, very difficult. So he says, I'm making it easier for you a little bit, not 100%, but at least 5% easier. Everything you do should be with the intention to serve the creator of the universe. That's what you should think. Now you want to know how to do it, what to do it, investigate, think, but at least it's a little bit of an objective look at yourself. Let's do Mishnah Yud Gimel. Rabbi Shimon Omer, Rabbi Shimon ben Nesanel. Rabbi Shimon ben Nesanel, he says like this, and this is very important for you kids, and it's also important for us older kids. Havi zehir b'kriya shma o tefillah. Be very careful when you say shma and tefillah. In Chassidut, they explain the word zahir also means to shine. Zohar or Rakiyah, you should be shining when you say Shema and Tefillah. But it's basically the same thing. When you say Shema Yisrael and you pray, you should be very happy. I can serve the Creator. I'm speaking to my best friend. Hashem is never going to let me down. He's my best friend. Sometimes Hashem doesn't do exactly what I want, but always Hashem does what I need, and Hashem will always help me. Hashem is good. He's creating me. So Hashem is very close to me. So it's such a wonderful thing that I can speak. They say that once the king came to what is prayer like? It says once a king came to a person did a big favor for the king. He saved the king's life, or he saved the life of the prince or the king's son. And the king said, okay, I'll give you whatever you want. Anything you want, ask. And he said, all I want is that whenever I want, I could just come in and talk to the king for a minute, 2 minutes, just to be with the king. I love the king so much, just that I can come and talk to the king. There's nothing more soul fulfilling than that. And that's what we do when we pray. We're talking to the king. So it says, be careful and also be shining when you pray in prayer. And when you pray, says Rabbi Shimon HaKohen, al ta'as tefillah kava. Don't make your prayers set. In other words, you go into the synagogue and you say these words. But there should be mercy and supplications in front of God. Baruch Hu. Shene'amar, like it says, Ki keil chanun v'rachum hu, erech apayim b'rav chesed, nichem al hara. Because God is merciful and gracious. He is long-suffering. He's very patient. And he's tremendously kind. And God will forgive all bad that you do. Anything that you do bad, God will forgive. And then we have this famous sentence that the whole Tanya is based on. Ta'al tehei rasha b'fnei atzmecha, and do not be an evil person in your own eyes. Do not be an evil person in your own eyes. Simple meaning, don't be an evil person in your own eyes. Don't underestimate yourself, right? You're a Jew. Even if you did bad things, right? You did the bad things. You are not bad. Maybe you did bad things. Maybe you have a bad personality. You have a bad past. But you yourself are good. So don't look at yourself like you're totally evil. The Tanya has a much deeper and a much more, dynamic explanation than this. But let's look and see what the Kahati has to say. Rabbi Shimon Omar. Hey, Zehir b'Kriyas Shema. Be careful with Kriyas Shema. Let's see. Are we with me? Yes. Likroa be'onata. You should read it in the proper time. Right? Like they said, there's 70 faces to the Torah, and there's what we call the simple meaning, Pshat, Remesh, Drusa. So generally speaking, he brings the simple meaning, so we can understand simply what's going on. And in prayer, Lihitpalel Kol HaTefillah, you should pray every single prayer, Bismano, in its proper time. Shekain, Chavivi Mitzvah B'Shaita, because it's very dear if you do the mitzvah in the proper time. Of course, one of the things of prayer is the only command of the whole Torah, at least the way we're doing it, is an expression of your heart. Prayer is loving God with all of your heart, to serve God. Loving God with all of your heart. The mitzvah of prayer is an active mitzvah that you have to do. I mean, loving God is this thing you have to do all the time. It's one of the 6 constant commandments. Love God, fear God, believe in God, don't believe in anything else. You have to believe. But when you pray, you're actually doing something. You're saying something. And when you do that and pray, you must have love and fear of God. That's the commandment of praying. The real commandment from the Torah is just to request from God what you need. But there's a commandment from God to serve God. Avdo. You should have to serve God. Serving God, in this case, means saying Shema and praying. You have to be intimately, personally involved. Hashem has to be really real to you and really valuable to you. Don't make your prayers set. Chova kavua, like it's a set prayer. You open up the book and you say these words. Hodul, La Hashem, Kiru, Ishmo, Kiru, She'en Adam Osa Otam Ela Kadei Lamalei et Chovoto. Why do you pray? Because what do you got? Something better to do? Everybody prays. Kami Shema'ika Alav Eza Ma'asa. Like a person that, what can you do? You have, right? You have an obligation to do. You have to carry these brooks up to the river. So you carry the brooks. That's how you make your living. The same thing is prayer. I have to say these words. I'll say the words. You just want to get finished as soon as possible. That's not how you should pray. Elabat te'ei tefilatcha rachamim etachnunim in front of God Baruch Hu. You should pray with intention, b'lashan atachanunim or b'kasha rachamim, and requesting mercy in front of God. Shene'amar, like it says, ki kil rachum mechanun erech apayim b'rav chesed be'emes notzein al hara nochem al hara shlosh sugi tefilos. There are 3 types of prayer. All of them are in this pasuk. There are prayers, sheyatzileu HaKadosh Baruch Hu, you're asking God to save you from some sort of a difficulty. Or from a sin. Yarich apo, it says that God will be patient and God is forgiving, He won't punish you. Judaism is based very, very firmly on the idea of a person is judged according to his deeds. According to his deeds. Okay, there's certain aspects of Judaism that it says that if a non-Jew has to do the 7 Noahide commandments, and if he doesn't do it, the 7 Noahide commandments, because they were given to Moshe on Mount Sinai, he doesn't get a place in heaven. But I think what it means, he doesn't get a place like in the Jewish heaven with all the Jews, but he has some sort of reward in the world to come. A person is judged according to his deeds, and to a great degree according to his intention also. That God should save him from difficulties. And God will not punish a person. That's number 1 type of prayers. You pray to God to save you. Another one is Yitav lo v'yamalei mishal libo. You pray to God that He will benefit you. Even though I don't deserve it, then we say God is very kind and He will give you what you need. God, I need money, right? I don't deserve it, but I need money. Please have mercy. And it says, God, you listen to all prayers. You are infinitely kind. Rachamav kol masal. Okay, so that's number 1 is to save me. Number 2 is to bless me. And the third one is sheyimchol, to forgive me. V'yanachem al hara she'ro'oi lo. All these type of prayers, a person can only receive if Hashem, the only reason that God will answer these prayers is because He is very merciful. Namely, she is palalav b'derech rachamim. So you have to request God's mercy on you. That's one of the purposes of prayer. And you saying to God, God, listen, I don't deserve, I'm just happy you're creating me. But now I have these different needs and I have these different, so God, please, bless me and save me, help me, and forgive me. And a person should not be a Russia, should not look at himself as though he is evil. And this is, we'll finish with this. Do not look at yourself that you are a evil person. Don't do something that today or tomorrow could be used as evidence against you by Hashem. But Tomer, Lama Asiti Russia, and God will say, why did I make this bad person? That's one explanation. In other words, don't say, oh yeah, I'm evil, I'm so stupid, I'm so bad, I'm so this. Don't criticize yourself so much, because God can say, here, look at this guy, he's evil, I'm telling you he's evil. They say that there's a, okay. Some people say, some people learn that Altia Russia, don't be a bad person by being by being alone. Don't separate yourself from the congregation. We learned that before. Like we said before, we learned before that you have to be mixed in with everybody. That's what it means. Al tachshov etzmcha Russia shemitoch kach tetzei letarbus ra, you'll be bad. And the Tanya, he explains like this. Don't look at yourself like you're a Russia, because if you do, you're going to be sad. You'll be miserable. You'll be miserable all the time. You'll think, listen, the whole reason a person is created, a Jew especially is created, is to serve God. And all the time you're going to say, I'm a Russia, I'm not doing it. It's like telling kids in the class, all the kids are learning history. You tell all the kids every day, or you tell one of the kids, you're so stupid, you're never going to succeed anything. You don't remember anything, you don't understand anything, you don't even know why you're here. You're terrible. The kid gives an answer. Excuse me, who discovered America? It was Columbus. You're an idiot. You're a fool. It was Magellan. It was this. It was that. You don't know what you're talking about. If you keep telling the child all the time, and he believes that, I want you to stand in front of the class and tell the whole class, I am stupid. Say that 10 times in front of the class, okay? A person that says that all the time, he's going to start to believe it. It doesn't make any difference no matter how smart he is. If a person says that in front of himself, oh, I'm so bad, I'm such a wretch, I'm so terrible, he's eventually going to be miserable. And then what is he going to need Judaism for? What does he need the whole business for? Just to feel bad all the time. So therefore, if a person does always say that he's a Russia, he shouldn't.
Seems interesting that that's what's going on in America right now. People are being told that they have to confess their evilness because they're white over and over, and sooner or later, they're going to believe it. They're doing to themselves what you're not supposed to do to someone else.
Okay. I mean, that's the whole thing in America comes from emptiness. People are just so empty and they're so miserable. These left, it's the same thing in Israel. I mean, it started in Israel a long time ago. All these free thinkers and the leftists and all these people, and they want to give land to the Arabs, and they want everybody to be free, and you do whatever you want to. They're basically very unhappy people, and you can see from the music. I like music a lot, and I listen to music. It's very difficult, at least up to now. Now, the last 10 years or whatever, I mean, I don't listen to the radio, and the fact is, I don't listen anyway. I don't really so much go for the music, but it used to be the Israeli music. Oh, my wife is she's an Israeli, she likes the music, and there's this. And it's all sad. It was all sad and miserable, and how bad I am, how sad everything is, and how sad, right? And all these songs are so miserable, and death and people leaving, it's being broken and heartbroken. I'm so miserable. So now they're starting a lot of these, a lot of the famous singers in Israel, the famous popular singers in Israel, are becoming religious. Not that they're religious. They're doing Torah. They're doing mitzvahs. They put kippah on their head. They don't act in a a religious, they appear in crowds, they appear in front of everybody. And their songs are very nice. They have nice melodies and this, but they sing positive things. And there's a lot of them that they're not religious. They don't have tzitzis and they don't this, but nevertheless they say, listen, I put on tefillin, I keep Shabbat. So that fills a person up a little bit, because you can't fill. I took a lot of courses in what's called the 12-step program in addictions. You can't fill spiritual needs with physical things. And that's what's happening in America. That's what's happening in America. You go to the universities and it's just this big, crazy stress on physical, it's like they're just bursting out of themselves. They don't know what to do. They know there's a solution, like Bob Dylan said, there must be some way out of here. They just can't figure out what it is. So what they're trying to do is take what there is and just convolute it. And maybe that's the answer. Men are women and women are men, and whites are evil, and every black person is holy, and the whole thing is just upside down. It's just Trump is an evil person. You don't have to have any facts, and we do have facts. And what are the facts? I don't know them. I don't have to bring them. And everybody's angry. They're all angry, and they're busting things and they're breaking things. And that somehow or other they believe that this is some sort of going to bring some sort of a utopia or something like that.
They think it's some sort of a catharsis.
Listen, it's very unsettling. But on the other hand, the Rebbe said that's one of the signs. The Rebbe said it says in the book of Daniel, that's one of the signs of the door of Mashiach. It says, what is it? Yisborov Yisnabdu call. What is it? I have to look at the sentence, that all bad will be revealed. Yeah. And that's what we have now. These people are proud that they're destroying things. They're proud that chaos has become a mitzvah. Yeah. It's become like a very positive, good thing, chaos. Basically it's not a nice thing to say, but basically this was the shita of Trotsky. Basically that's what Trotsky sort of was going to, that there would be a world revolution and communism would spread over the whole entire world, and that, it would be an international revolt, and, that's what he wanted. Listen, maybe I misunderstood what he said, but that's as far as I know. There were other evil people, the same thing, that they just hated life. They were just empty people. And they, in their own personal lives, were just very, empty, and then it ends up that just brings cruelty. It just brings cruelty. You just think of the insanity of it. They've killed several people already. They've killed already black people, these riots. So if they cared so much about, how brutality and injustice has been done to this person, and let's say that they're right 100%. Let's say they grabbed this black guy, whoever it is, and they just grabbed him off the streets, and they just, were laughing, and they took pictures of how he choked him on the ground, and, for absolutely no reason they did it, which is not true. It's truly not so. But let's say that's what it was. Okay, but that doesn't give anybody the right to go and kill other people. How does it fit in? How can you justify a thing like that? And there are justifying. There's a lot of people. There's even big. Say, yeah, man, it was violence, but they were being oppressed, and they were fighting directly against their oppressors. It's not that, they were fighting against the English, and so therefore they went down and they killed Mexicans. Mexicans don't have anything to do with it. They were fighting with the British. Yeah, but the Mexicans are closer. It's like the person is looking for something, under a street light in the nighttime on the street, and someone passes by and says, "Can I help you?" He says, "Yeah, man, I lost my wallet. I don't know where it is." He says, "Well, I'll help you. Around where was it?" He said, "Oh, over there." And that's place. "Why don't you search over there?" He says, "No, the lights don't work over there. Here I'm searching where the light is." The place that's the easiest, that's the most, approachable. So we'll kill people over here. They said that's what they did with the Crusades. right? The Crusades, they set out to conquer the land of Israel, and the Crusades set off. I don't know which crusade it was. It was like 8 crusades or something. How many crusades? But they went down to conquer Israel, and they ran out of money or whatever. So they just killed everybody in Constantinople or something. They just took over everybody in Istanbul. It just happened to be around. Eventually, it's going to come down to the Jews. Eventually, people are going to say, because that's always what it is. Eventually it's going to come down, and it's just to wake the Jews up. God should just protect everybody, that there's no more bloodshed. It's just it's heartbreaking. There's some people there that, really hardworking, honest people, and a lot of them are black. There's no difference, and they work so hard, and they have a little business that they make, and they're honest, and they have to buy products, and a lot of them, they have to make themselves into businessmen. And they work hard, and and all of a sudden comes a whole crowd for no reason, and they just steal everything they've got in the store. They just steal everything. There's some people, even places that they stole everything and they beat the people up. They beat the owners up, and some of these owners are even black. The whole thing is just, it was really begun by Obama. Obama really began this race division thing. And it's just really just so improper and so insane. I mean, this Obama, he was black, and he was the president of the United States. He was a black president of the United States, and he was complaining about inequality. It's just totally insane. Just totally insane. I mean, the man got to the highest position that a person can have in the America, and he was black, and nobody paid any attention, or maybe that's the reason he got elected. I don't know what was going on. And he's saying that there's inequality against who? Against the black. No. Say there's inequality against the Japanese, against other people, but maybe there is. I mean, one of those couldn't be. A Jew for sure will never be the president of the United States. There's no doubt about that. Say against the Jews, say against that. No, against the black. And people ate it up. They liked it. They right? I don't know. I guess maybe everybody's going to wake up. Everybody will just have to wake up over there. I guess this is the wake up call to the USA, but it's a shame, because I really love America. What can I tell you? I really, there's something about America that I really, enjoy. Really enjoy America. Maybe the main thing I love about America is the freedom that they gave to the blacks. The black music and the stuff like that. That was my life, my soul. I mean, I heard Ray Charles. I just went berserk. I couldn't believe there was such a thing. Same thing, James Brown. I just loved the music. Motown. I grew up with that. That was my air that I breathed. I just loved that music, and the whole personality, the life that the blacks added to America. The whole, it's like a whole different dimension of happiness, positiveness. I don't know what to say. Maybe that's the main thing. The other countries don't have it. The other nations, they don't have it. Go, for instance, to England. England, right? There's freedom. How many blacks are in the government in England? How many blacks really sit in the parliament? Very, very small amount. And those that are blacks, they're not blacks that came from Africa or somewhere. Go even to Brazil, to those other places where they had many more slaves than in America, right? We've got many more slaves than the USA did. How many blacks sit in the parliaments or whatever they did of Brazil and Argentina? No other country in the world, except the African countries. They're the only places that have blacks in this. America is like a tremendous percentage of blacks. I think there's more. You can correct me on this. I think there's more of a percentage of blacks in the Congress than there are a percentage of blacks in America. I think so. Check me out. Maybe I'm wrong, but there still is a tremendous number, and justly so. Why not? The people are how do you say, fitting for the job. Why shouldn't he get the job? What difference does it make what the color they are? And that's what it's becoming more and more in America. All of a sudden comes Obama, and he throws a monkey wrench into the whole thing. The blacks and this guy who got killed. What was his name? Freddie Gray or somebody. He got killed, and he said, "Oh, he was like my son. He would be the same age as my son." The poor guy. And the guy in the end was just a criminal, a murderer. What can we do to raise up the plight of the? I mean, they have in America, for instance, they have Planned Parenthood. What's the idea of Planned Parenthood? Planned Parenthood was originated by a bigot that hated blacks, and some lady, and singer or something, and she wanted to limit the number of blacks that there were in the U.S., in America, to limit the number of blacks. And why? Because they were a bad influence on the whites. Now they come and they say, we have to limit the number of blacks because we love the blacks, and it's only for their own good. They won't have too many people in the family. But Bono Shalom, these are human beings. These are human beings with eyes, with nose, with love, with feelings. Just to make abortions like that, I don't understand. Okay, make orphan centers. Help people with a lot of children. I don't know, make some sort of thing, but don't kill people. That's not the answer. The answer is not to kill people. Easy answer. Why not kill everybody? I would kill everyone. Huh? Just kill them all. There won't be any problems. That's like what the Buddhists say, right? The whole world, no children, no problems, right? Come on. The solution to the world is not by, what do you call it, homeostasis. No, right? Just get rid of all the bad, get rid of all the guys, get rid of all the whites, get rid of all the black, get rid of all of this, get rid of this, and then everything's going to go destroy this, then everything's going to be good. That's not the way it goes. God wants people to be in the world. He wants there to be different opinions. He wants there to be different personalities. He wants there to be different nations. He wants there to be different races. He wants all these things because everyone has their own unique. It's like having a whole orchestra with only clarinets. Every person is unique. Every race is unique. This is unique. And by means of everybody using their uniqueness, their free will, that's what makes a beautiful world. That's what makes the world a whole new, wonderful world that we can, okay. But I guess destroying things is easier, you know. They say even a cat can destroy. A cat can kaliyanachen, it says. Even a cat can destroy. Okay, if we got a little bit of time, let's do 5 more minutes. And we're going to do basar v'chalav.